What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's get down to the situation. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Y'all, Mary Jane TV creation is in the building. Let's get down to young Jock and Kendra. It seems like their marriage is going through some trouble, and it seems like they've been going through trouble for a long time. They do have their good moments. That's when you don't hear from them, and then boom, bada bing, they back in the building, and something is going on. We do know Love and Hip Hop Atlanta will be back on TV on Monday the 8th. So I don't know what's going on, but Jock is acting like he wants a divorce. He's out here posting messages on his Instagram saying things that he feels like, he can't even be human in a world full of humans, because basically he's saying that he can't really talk to this girl, that girl, or whenever he's talking to a female, people may assume things. And then he also says that he hates when people send his wife Kendra messages telling her that he's out here in these streets, he's flirting, he's doing this, he's doing that, basically giving the lowdown on her husband. He's upset because she believes them, and it just makes him frustrated because basically it makes their relationship hectic. And at this time and point, when it comes to Kendra, she gonna believe what people tell her, because that's how she found out about him and the baby that he had on her. Or he was with this one and that one, all these girls claiming that they was with him on Love and Hip Hop, you know what I mean, before her doing her, when she was with him, when they separated. So it's just been a whole mess when it comes to Jock and Kendra. But I believe they do love each other, because they really try to stick it out. And right now, when it comes to Jock, he's just frustrated, and he just feels like there is no point. And he goes, you don't have to throw a celebration for me walking away. I'm like, Lord have mercy. So is Jock tired? Jock wants a divorce? Like, what's going on? Because we know Kendra is a good woman. She's quick to anger, and she needs to work on that anger, because she be ready to go. She be ready to get up in Jock. You know what I mean? So therefore, he's probably tired of it, because she's holding a whip on him. Okay. And it seems like Jock has been behaving himself. Maybe he got a little too close to this girl or that girl, like in a public setting that he knew he was familiar with. And basically, Kendra felt like it was too touchy. You got a past, you got a history of flirting, you got a history of going back to your exes, you got a history of working with women that you be sleeping with. So it's a whole situation. So Kendra decided to marry Jock and take him back after the baby. And all the other accusations that came out, that before they got married, that he was dipping and dapping with this one and that one. And she, came in contact with them on Love and Hip Hop, or she was hit up on, Instagram, or somebody came and told her something about Jock, and then it came out to be true at one point in time. But it seems like after they got married, things has really settled down. Like, people have been coming up and saying things and insinuating Jock's been doing this, Jock has been doing that. But it seems like Jock has been keeping it really clear as far as he hasn't been intimate. Between them two, they know whether he's been out here dipping and dapping. It seems like Jock is really trying to be faithful. He's really trying to, not be the man that we know him to be, or all the rumors about him playing around, having this one and that girl, it seems like he tried to change for Kendra, but it probably wasn't good enough. And probably the areas that he needs to be better in and tighten up in, he didn't tighten up in them areas. Then when it comes to Kendra, like, if you're gonna get back with Jock, and you know his history, you know his past, you know what he did to you, if you ain't gonna trust him and you ain't gonna believe him, so why be with him? But how can you believe Jock? Because the lies in the past. But has his behavior since you got married been better? Have you found out he hasn't had another child on you? You know what I mean? So it seems like he is doing good, or he's wrapping it up. But it seemed like he's genuinely in love with her, and he knows how good she is, he knows how great she is, he knows how accomplished she is. And she likes Jock, and she's in love with Jock, and she knows how accomplished he is, and she sees a good man in him, and she wants him to be a certain way, or she's trying to mold him into the husband that she wants him to be. But Jock is saying, that's just way too much. I'm not your servant, baby girl. Like, I need to get out here in these streets and move around, and I'm not gonna be cheating on you. But Kendra just can't believe that Jock can be faithful, and she's probably dealing with a lot of hurt from the past, and she's holding on to it, which is making their relationship dim, which is making their relationship not grow, which is letting people get into their relationship, because people want a storyline, people want to get on TV, people want to make things up, people want to be involved in a scandal. They don't don't care if you married. They want to be the side chick. They want to, start Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything, off the basis of being the side chick, even though you are the wife. You know what I mean? That's a career move, in 2025 for some of these people. So in any event, Kendra doesn't want to be made a fool of. And girl, you already married him. You already take care of his kids. You already work with his baby mamas, making sure they get their child support, making sure Jock sees the kids. And Kendra hasn't took that step with Jock. Jock always get everybody pregnant, but he has not gotten Kendra pregnant, probably because she's protecting herself, because Jock will put a baby in her in a second, and it hasn't happened. But it also seems like Kendra is basically moving up in this world, and she's getting around a lot of people that Jock are familiar with, millionaires and people with businesses and things of that nature, which she is too as well. Well, she's being more open up into that circle where she's dealing with $1 million clients, and she's dealing with basketball players, she's dealing with rappers. And the grass may look greener to her on the other side. And the trust, she needs to trust the man. She don't trust the man. That's it. She don't trust him, and it's hard to trust him. So it's like, girl, you either gonna trust him and not let people get into your relationship, or you just gonna move on and say, you know what, Jock, I can't give you my all. I can't give you all my love. I can't give you all that. I have to doubt you. If you're gonna live like that with him, then he gotta either accept it, or someone gotta move on. But we do want Kendra and Jock to remain together. But if they're not happy, then they need to walk away. And then Jock is basically on Instagram letting people know that he's available. Like, what's going on? And Jock is saying, maybe I should move to another country. And he said, maybe I'm not as valued as I should be at Kendra. Attorney Kendra Robinson, he is putting her Instagram out there. He's also putting out there that she's an attorney and things of that nature. But we also know Love and Hip Hop is coming on Monday, so it is what it is. And Jock says in his statement, I tried to give you my all. You don't see the true king in me. I pray you find happiness elsewhere. So what is he telling her? That he's moving on, that he's about to get his get back. He's about to get in these streets. He's about to break some backs. Like, what's going on? Because basically he goes, you can find happiness somewhere else. So is he telling Kendra that, don't say I'm cheating on you and you catch me out here in these streets? Or is he just hurt and he's just hoping that maybe she would just be like, okay, let's try this again, and I'm going to try to believe you. I'm going to believe you. I'm not going to believe what strangers say. But that's going to be hard for her to believe, because she believes that you're going to do the worst. She's expecting the worst from you. You know what I mean? So, Kendra, she has to make up her mind, because she's stagnant. And Jock is stagnant because he's not happy. And I guess they're not moving the way that they want to move, because they're good business people. They have a beautiful house. He take care of his kids financially, and they got 2 incomes. So somebody want to come in and see what Jock got, and they want a piece of that. Maybe they want to be on TV with him. Who knows? And then Kendra, she's dealing with these guys that are multi-millionaires, that got degrees, that went to college, that got all types of stuff going on, and no kids as well, and haven't hurt her, and they're her clients, and they're looking at her as a catch, and looking at her like, I want you to be my wife, I want you to be my baby mama. You know what I mean? So it's a whole lot going on in that situation, where they're both stagnant at this point. If this is actually true, if this is actually real, that Jock is telling Kendra to move on, and he pray that she finds happiness somewhere else, unless she already got her happiness and Jock has already been stepping out here getting his happiness. So there's a whole lot going on with this situation. So you guys let me know what you think about Jock. Jock is out here like, he's out here feeling a certain type of way. He's like, Kendra, no, I'm hurting. I need you, baby. Why you believing these people? And it's hard for her not to believe these people, because sometimes the things they say be true. We don't watch it unfold on TV. Then there's a baby. So she's probably thinking that you can never be faithful. And it seems like Jock has matured more better than he was before. He ain't the player. He ain't doing all the, little semi things that you can do to get on somebody's nerves, especially when you have a past where you can't be friendly like that. You can't be all rubbing up on people or holding hands or getting very intimately close to them, and there's a camera and somebody recording and say Jock is out here cheating, the world's going to believe that he was cheating. Very few people are going to believe that he wasn't cheating, including his wife is going to believe that he was out here in these streets cheating. So Jock is fed up with people coming to Kendra and telling her about what he allegedly could be doing or not doing. And he's fed up. So what's going to happen? Are they heading for a divorce? It seems like their marriage has been rocky for a long time, but they have good spats of good timing, traveling, partying, helping out the community, working hard. And Jock has suffered some loss, and also Kendra, she suffered some loss as well. And then Kendra, she wants Jock to be better. That's why she's staying with him, this long. You know what I'm saying? Because she could have been walked away and been somewhere else, been married, had kids, and got herself a really decent man. But there's something about Jock that she feels like she can save and she wants to hold on to. And I believe Jock reminds her of her father. Only thing is, his problem is the women, and her father's problem was, substance. So you guys let me know what you think about this whole situation. Should they work it out? Should they go get some counseling? Is counseling gonna help them? What's going on? Like, Jock is out here talking about see you later. Don't throw me a celebration party either. Like, what's going on? Kendra done probably got her hand up in his face right at this moment. So we shall see. Hopefully they both find happiness, because they both have been through a lot of rocky different things and suffered a lot of disappointments, and suffered loss, severe losses. So when it comes to losing family members, so hopefully they find a way. If not, life is too short. As we know, too many people are just passing away and passing away. So if you ain't happy and you think the grass is greener on the other side, go try it out and see if it is. If it's not, that's going to be on you.